Maranatha, page 179. God's Law Made Void in America, June 20th. It is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. Psalms 119, verse 126. A time is coming when the law of God is, in a special sense, to be made void in our land, the United States. The rulers of our nation will, by legislative enactments, enforce the Sunday law, and thus God's people will be brought into great peril. When our nation, in its legislative councils, shall enact laws to bind the consciences of men in regard to their religious privileges, enforcing Sunday observance and bringing oppressive power to bear against those who keep the seventh-day Sabbath, the law of God will, to all intents and purposes, be made void in our land. When the land which the Lord provided as an asylum for his people, that they might worship him in accordance to the dictates of their own consciences, the land over which for years the shield of omnipotence has been spread, the land which God has favored by making it the depository of the pure religion of Christ, when that land shall through its legislatures adjure the principles of Protestantism, and give countenance to Romish apostasy in tampering with God's law, it is then that the final work of the man of sin will be revealed. Protestants will throw their whole influence and strength on the side of the papacy. By a national act enforcing the false Sabbath, they will give life and vigor to the corrupt faith of Rome, reviving her tyranny and oppression of conscience. Then it will be time for God to work in mighty power for the vindication of his truth. The prophet says, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, is fallen. And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. When do her sins reach unto heaven? When the law of God is finally made void by legislation. Then the extremity of God's people in his opportunity to show who is the governor of heaven and earth, as a satanic power is stirring up the elements from beneath. God will send light and power to his people, that the message of truth may be proclaimed to all the world.